sure everybody's seen either Dragon's Den or Shark Tank. So we've set up call it the Shark Tank, and every, I think, 4 to 6 months, we have small project teams come in front of my management team. They've got 10 minutes. We've got a little lump of money behind us, a couple $100,000 to shell out, and the guys do their presentation. We rank just like on Shark Tank, and we get to behave silly and give the money out and then rank the projects. And so the guys really like it because they get to show their wares. They get to, and it's a good development experience for the guys because they have to be able to explain their ideas in 10 minutes. We get a lot of innovative ideas out of it. It's a way of funding. I take a couple $100,000 and shell out in little pieces. So it's worked out really well.
From our point of view, we've seen good success from a communication point of view. So we find there's two types of innovators. There's those who just sit there and an idea pops up into their head, and there's others who connect the dots. And so we found that we allow the people who had the idea to share it, and others, when they hear about it, they go, oh, what if we did this, and they tweak it. You actually sometimes get a richer outcome because you've got all that input, but it doesn't just limit innovation to just those people who wake up in the middle of the night and scribble on a piece of paper. So we found that broadly communicating innovation ideas, having workshops where people can come and see what you've done and then they build upon it, we found that that's a good way to extend the culture of innovation.
At a company I worked, we had a thing we called Innovation Week, and it was actually just a week before Christmas. It was hard at that company because with Christmas holidays and everything, it was not very productive. So it was a way of us also extracting productivity out of all the developers. They could come up with any idea. They had to establish teams. And just like you said, we used to encourage them to have a finance person in their team, have a marketing person in their team, and it was a software company, so predominantly it was developers in the teams, and they would come, present their ideas, and we would look at the best ideas, and we had a $10,000 prize to the best idea, which goes a long way. So you used to get some really creativity out of it, and a lot of late nights as well.
We have a couple of tools for communication that we have adopted where there's a forums that you'll go create an idea and then let people come in and contribute to that. And that the idea behind that is to find like-minded or like-passionate people who want to work on that idea with you. And then that idea is presented over the year in two forms. One is at Red Hat Summit, which is basically our customers and internal employees presenting ideas and projects that they have worked on. And at the summit, there's voting happens through the app, and whoever gets the most vote basically becomes the innovator of the year. Internally, we have two events internally held in front of the company by geography, and where our ideas are obviously technology-centric, right? That's the company we are in. And they will come and present and maybe provide a prototype of the idea and talk about why it is good, but essentially include the business value. And we have panelists who judge. And who are these panelists? These are not necessarily like the executive vice presidents. These are people who are coming from the field, who are very close to the customer and can relate, okay, this would make sense to the customer. What we have seen when you involve the executives, usually the innovation idea quickly turns into what's the cost and ROI versus like, okay, how much of it's a game changer for the industry. And we try to promote a way to change the world is by working and criticizing each other. That's how we have done it.